if you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me.
What it do? What it do? K-Boss here. How are you doing? And this is what you need to know. We're going to go over tile management. So, tile management has some parts to it. And before we start, I'd like to share my new soft drink called Pussy. You need to get you a can. You can get it off of Amazon.com. This comes as a product from the Netherlands, out of the UK. We're taking it international, baby. And the reason why I say this is because it only has 98 calories. It has coffee bean or green coffee bean and cola nut extract as its main thing, and it has 80 milligrams of caffeine. Now, you know your boy drinks coffee, but we also gonna drink this pussy right here, you know what I mean? Jesus, we love it, the Lord, thank you. Anyway, we're gonna go over some tile management here, and please hit the like button, get involved. Now, if you're watching this on my Discord channel, please tap through until you get to the channel. Hit the like button. Let me know you're here. Roll call. Now, I remember I said about a 30-day challenge. I did say something about a 30-day challenge. So let's go in and take a look at some things here. Oopsie. So if you go in there, this lets you know right here, Marscraft says we only have 27 days and a half left, and so this is going to be the start of the challenge. Okay, for the next 30 days we want to make sure that you're getting the tile management down, the system, the way it works. Now, I've already put myself on this challenge. We started obviously with a 14-day, well, I think it's 48 days or 49 days with this particular season. Now that we're in the swing of things, I'm here to knock it out of the park. And one of my viewers, Lisa, she asked me, how do you have so many tiles? How do you get some? I only got 23. Well, Lisa, let me go over some tile management. And before we start, make sure if you got comment, put them in there. Hate, congratulate, don't matter. Your boy will take them. Bring them here. And not to mention, there is a subscribe button. So hit the subscribe button so that way you can get new information. Now, I'm only going to do this once. I did go over it brief, but now I'm going to break it down since, like I said, most of my stuff that I've given you or giving out or putting out these days are going to be about strategy. Now, I was getting my feet wet, figuring out what I want to do with these videos, and someone said, hey, you should make a guide. Well, I already do that. All my stuff is written out, you know. Everybody's like, oh man, he just talking out of seat of his ass. No, I make a script. Because this is a business to me. This is not the game. This is full time. This is what I do on my free time. My free time is business time. And so I'm going to go over some of the mechanics here and answer Lisa's question. And hopefully, as she watches this, she can understand what the reasons are for. Now, there's going to be a new process that if you're in the earlier stages of season 2, this is going to be like at least 2 weeks ahead. So you're getting an inside scoop on this video. And then there's no charge except for the like button, making a comment, or hitting that sub up. Come on now, let's go. So there's this thing called influence, right? And your influence is tied to your score of influence. And as you start to progress in the game and get higher tiles, you get more influence. And you get that with the Fire Crystals and the Obsidians, and those will then start to build up. So you have to worry about certain things like your buildings, right? So you're going to have radiation, research stations. If we got a third alliance building up. So once you have your third alliance, you'll get 4 total. And then you have your land management. So Lisa, one of the first things that I paid attention to is making sure I had enough black obsidian crystals so I can make sure I can max this bad boy out, because this is maxed at 30. And so the more spots you have available, the more tiles you can get. Now, being that I was in the military and one of my specialties was land management and logistics, I understand having more of these particular tile collecting points, so that way you can have more resources coming in. And when you're taking over a land area, you want to maximize the resources by collecting as many as possible. Now, there's other people that go after the radiation, or, I want to have higher level tiles. Well, that doesn't always work, and I'll tell you why. Because you can get a 12 or 13, let's say right now, and you only have 65. Well, we'll just do the math here. I'm not going to break it down for you, but get out a calculator. Let's say somebody has a level 13 and I'm only on 12s, right? And I have 15 extra more tiles. Do 30 times 15. You tell me what that is. That's 450 more points, I believe. Give or take the math, right? So at the end of the day, now you're still able to maintain a decent score. So they can go up to 13, and as soon as you get up to 13 and you start switching out your tiles, you take that 13 goes to what? It evens out. And then I'm able to get, you might get it 2 days before me, but I can come right back because I have the maximum amount of tiles you can get. Now, if you don't have that maximum amount, and I'm overlaying you by 15 or so, you're gonna have to play catch up, and then by the time we get to the end, I'm gonna have way more land management than you, a better land management than you. Then my radiation is gonna my ratio here, I talked about this earlier, the ratio is going to change. And when your ratio changes, now you can see I'm doing more fire crystals, because I don't need as much obsidian. As you can see here, the influence chest is also going to be a big factor, because the more influence you have, the better rewards. As you can see, it pops off every 4 hours. Or not 4 hours, 8 hours. But I got mine 4 hours ago. You can see I got less for not having as much. So you got to make sure if you're switching out things that you're going to maintain, and so you'll get those influence chests, and those influence chests with gold and those regular crystals for your upgrading of your real buildings with inside your HQ. So you want to make sure you're getting a high collection point, but you're not just dropping tiles at the wrong time. So as you can see, this happened 4 hours ago. So what I try to do is I try to accumulate more as we go. And as you can see, it's steadily going up, right? This is the history of it, right? So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're getting as much value out of having a higher resource count in these tile management. Now, there's all different strategies on how your build is, and that's going into your masteries. Now, I was going to go over the masteries, but this video is really about the influence and your tile collection and your ratio. I know I created a video, but it wasn't as detailed because, not that I didn't know about it, it's just there's strategies behind it, and I wanted to make sure I had everything going. So your ratio here is going to affect this resource accumulation over time. So every 10 hours, you're going to have to update it. So at the rate I'm going, if you look at it, I get 69,000 and some change per hour. So you multiply that times 10, you get 600, almost 700 in fire crystals every 10 hours. That's how I'm really setting it up. But currently, since there is a new process coming up where we have this crash of lands, you're going to get additional tile management information coming soon. Now, if you're in a future and you've already done this, definitely comment. Let me know where I'm at. I do have a breakdown on We Got Game on Discord. I have a private chat. That's where I'm going to show, I believe, other leaders, because typically most people that really need to know this are the leaders. But if you're wanting to become a leader on R4, this is something that you should know. It's more of a tutelage. Now, I am not an R4, but I played these games a lot, and I was an R4 at one point. But, you know, when you merge with other people and they got pride and, you know, they want those little points or little extra gems, or, you know, they want to play with people that they can control. I'm not controllable. You can't control this. I paid my money. I'm grown. These gray hairs means I had a lot of worries. One of these things is not being liked is not one of them. However, this is very important, because if you don't have the breakdown or a strategy and you're 3 days from this and your leadership has not given you any clue, there's a lot of people in our alliance right now that don't even know about this. If I was leader, this is what I would be focusing on, because you're going to need a strike team and you're going to need your largest, biggest people available in case another planet that you can drop these on wants to start attacking your outposts, because you get 2. And you want to make sure they're aware and what they should know. There should be some kind of defensive structure in place. And, you know, pride will get you killed in real battle. And if we were in real battle right now, if I was in the military and I had leadership that didn't want to listen to somebody who has the skills and actually done it on a higher scale, real life, I would listen to them. But, you know, like I said, pride would get you killed. Anyway, I'm going to go over, here's the other part and the component to this. Now there's going to be this individual influence spirit. Now, they had something called the Star Ruler, where it had the first one to get to that, and then they got rid of it. I don't know why, but hopefully this one stays, because I was looking at the rewards. I'm like, I mean, the gems are good. But this right here, 100 speed ups for your troop development. So this is the whole world that we have right now. So this is the 158, 159, and 160. And this shows you where you stand as an individual. Once again, I want to make you look desirable, people, because we're in recruitment season. And now that they get to see where you're at, they're going to be like, look at those. Look at those people. Now, I am behind a lot of people, and their resistance level is lower than mine. And it's all good. We have 4 days left in this. My tile management is more effective than others. So, this right here ain't gonna last long, buddy. Because you're only at 24, and I'm at 30. So you can just understand that even though having 6 more than somebody, right? You put some. I'm playing catch up right now because I was in the lead for a long period of time, and then they're gonna have to wait to catch up. See, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Even though it says sprint. Last but not least, to answer Lisa's question, my pyramid, or in this case, my blueprint for this, is the reason why I get additional tiles. Now, I'm not showing this. I'm just letting you know there's process in that area that if you go in, take a look, you'll see it, and then you can work towards it. I'm focused on this combat. And so with that being said, you have these different unlock switches where you can switch into different setups, right? And my current setup is the real Diddy. Pause, no Diddy. But it's changing the game. It's digging in that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Bad boys. Pause, no Diddy. Anyway, at the end of the day, make sure that you're getting into your influence expansion, because this is very important as well in your development, and you get a whole bunch of free stuff. So last but not least, I want to go over the season journey. I went over this. I've completed mine as far as how many points, because you can, pay to get ahead. And you want to make sure that you're finishing these weeks here. So I'm behind a little bit, but at the end of the day, I was helping people at the beginning, and now I was told I was not a team player and selfish, so I'm gonna be selfish and not a team player. I'm gonna be an individual this time, because I like to mirror image what people are telling me. Like, you call me a clown? Oh, I'll be a clown. We'll have some clown time juice and get active in it, and do some clapping of the cheeks. So watch what you say to people. They might take it personally because they are petty. And they will show you what's cracking. You feel me? So this is K-Boss going over tile management. Hopefully I answered your question, Lisa, on how did I have so many tiles. Well, my land management's high and my build structure is up to date. And then you get the maximum amount of tiles. And then if you go to other planets and you have those tiles, now see what I have done. And I suggest anybody who's a player of this game should be getting reached out to by other leaders, because they can see what you're doing, making yourself desirable. And then I'm making connections that some people don't have in our leadership. And I know my shit ain't gonna get fucked with. So, at that point, if they leave you alone and mess up everybody else, since you're an individual or whatnot, you would think you'd want them in leadership. I don't know, maybe, some people got that pride in them. Something on their sleeve. But me, I don't wear sleeves because I live in Arizona. It's going to be 100 today. I'm sleeveless. I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm open. Open for recruitment and staying desirable is what you should be doing. And should always worry about yourself. And the reason why I say this is not to be selfish. But if you're in a plane and you're starting to go down, what do they say to do when that oxygen mask comes up? Put yours on first, so that way you can help others. So I have my oxygen mask on. Do you want one? Do you need some assistance getting your oxygen? Because I stay active in this. Some people don't have the time or make the effort to have that kind of time. I do. And I want to help others. I am a team player by nature. But, for the game, since I don't know how to help anybody, and people don't ask for my assistance because they're in competition with me. Alright, go ahead. Look dumb. And then you're playing. This is K-Boss. And I'm out.
If you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me.